How's it going, everyone? DJ Aceman here tonight on Any Given Monday Morning Live. We have the Red Sox against the Yankees right now going on, but a lot of sports news to get to tonight. So I hope everyone is doing well. Big Don and FKP should be on a little bit later on tonight. But we're going to first take a look at what is going on with the Red Sox and Yankees. They're currently in the bottom of the fourth inning, with the Sox currently up to bat. In the first game today, the Red Sox won that 6-2 over the Yankees. Big sixth inning for the Sox. They put together a string of hits to win that game. In other news today and other games in the MLB, the Cincinnati Reds defeated the Houston Astros 9-7 in Houston. Detroit Tigers beat.
Dance.
Hey, how's it going, Big Don?
Oh, jeez. Oh, well, this is going to be the ultimate doomer stream of who has the bigger victim complex. Yankees are falling apart. Apparently, you make it out to be the Red Sox are falling apart, which is true.
Which is true, yep. Losing 2 out of 3 to Colorado.
So we're going to be debating tonight. We have no moderator as of yet.
Yeah, no moderator. Maybe
moderator.
We'll have,
so this is going to be.
Maybe with Kai, he might come on.
Kai boy or Luke boy. Luke, brother Luke.
Brother Luke.
If you're listening to this, go drink your Yingling and some chicken wings and steak.
Brother Luke.
Get those testosterone levels up. As a DJ Iceman, he'll do his speeches on the decline of masculinity in America. He's going to do the thesis.
Kai boy. Where is that? Oh, here it is.
Hello.
Kai boy. I turned on. I was hoping it's on the Yes Network, but it says an interview with I don't know who.
Let's see here. That song always gets
Yankees are up. No, they're not up. It's tied 1-1. Bottom of the fourth, 1 out.
I thought they were playing 7. I thought they were playing 7 innings today because it's a doubleheader, but no.
No, I think they changed the rule.
Oh, yeah, actually, they may have changed the rule back.
Anyways, we got Severino on the mound. I'm not sure he's pitching for Boston, but
I don't know who they went with today. I mean, earlier today they had they went with some random guy today who I've never heard of. Yeah, I actually don't remember who pitched.
Oh, they got a hit! See, this team has just collapsed ever since Judge went down on the IL after he made that spectacular catch at Dodger Stadium.
Huh. That's Rob Refsnyder. Nah, so for the Red Sox today, they had Caleb Ort. He started. Oh, they did like one of those like relievers start the game. Then they had Chris Murphy, Nick Pivetta, and Chris Martin. Who I don't even think they're on the depth chart. No. It's bizarre.
It's not good.
The Shriver's on the IL. Blyer's on the IR, and Joely Rodriguez is on the IL. And Tanner Houck, as he got a line drive in the face, is on the IL. Brian Bayo, we've Garrett Whitlock, James Paxton. Trying to figure out who's pitching tonight, though. Because, yeah, they had Pivetta throw today. Yeah, so... Yeah, for the Sox... They have, Severino's pitching for the Yankees. Brian Bayo's pitching for the Red Sox. He pitched really well last time, so it's good that they have him going again.
You see, I'm kind of thankful that Garrett Cole's pitching this series because he usually does horrible at Fenway. But at the same time, we got blown out on Friday. And I think that was kind of the point of which I was about to say, all right, Yankees, time to sell off whatever assets you have left. Because
yeah, that was an ugly game. I didn't even watch it. I mean, but it's weird, though, because the Red Sox, they've had some really ugly games this year. So I'm glad it was the other way around. But... yeah, they had a horrible series against the freaking Rockies. That was ugly. Yeah, that was bad. They won the final game, but they lost the other two. They lost 7-6 to them, and then they lost 4-3 as well. That was ugly.
Also, shout out to the Weather Kid for doing another double header.
Oh yeah, we got to react to that dude. That was so funny. It's actually it's done pretty well so far. I think
Done
He's
pretty
been
well.
funny.
Let's see. I'm gonna look
That's
at
like it has over 100
analytics.
views. Now.
Analytics. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Let's see here. Oh, jeez, where is it? It's got to be my subscription somewhere. Also, President Rage quits a day ago, so that was
He rage quit.
but not Beast.
Alprez rage quit.
Yeah, he rage quit in Call of Duty, and then he made a whole video about it of how he justified his rage quit. Oh, jeez, 2 groomers, 1 stoned. Colleen,
Kinda-
he always goes after 2 people and the most random people
I know, right?
you
I mean,
can
who would
possibly
have thought
imagine, but it works.
Lil Xan,
To catch,
Lil Xan, and
he's got the
freaking.
to catch a predator.
I know he calls himself now the Chris Hansen.
Called it another group. I think whatever kid's got a career and just going after people who talk about children online.
I know. I think it's a growing business, honestly.
Do you see that Jesse Waters from Fox News interviewed a furry?
I did, yes. That was bizarre.
Society is just coming down on people now.
You know, it really is. It's getting crazy. And the furry won the debate, so I mean, he literally.
I was just trying to spread happiness.
Chessie. I know. I think more furries are gonna have TV shows.
Oh God, bases loaded. This is not good. I'm hoping we get slowed on because I'm gonna have to bounce it in like 20 minutes.
All right, no problem. Kai boy.
Hey boy, he still come on. I don't know.
I mean, the big news in the NBA today is that Bradley Beal trade.
I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, I think the fit's a little weird because I'm not sure what they're going to do at point guard now for the Suns. I think they're just going to put D-Book there.
This is such a bad. I think it was a really stupid idea. It doesn't make sense for either team. I mean, Wizards lose.
I think what the Suns need to do is they need to replenish their depth a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
That's at the key positions they lost when they traded for Kevin Durant.
Yeah, I don't think it was a good idea to get KD.
Well, they're in win now mode, so you might as well. But I think it's going to be a thin roster behind Bradley Beal because I mean, other than KD and Devin Booker, you have DeAndre Ayton, and that's about it.
Yeah, it's because Chris Paul's going to the Wizards.
I think the Suns originally offered Ayton, but then Bradley Beal's like, no, because he's the only player in the NBA now with a no trade clause. So it's like, no, I want to play with Ayton. Give me Chris Paul. And now I don't think the Wizards got a first round pick out of it as well. I think
they got all second rounds, and they got Landry Shamet.
So I think this is an L for the. They didn't get any sort of young assets back, which kind of sucks if you're the Wizards because I mean, sure the Suns didn't have any first round picks, but I feel like you could have probably traded him to a better destination, like Miami, for example. I think Miami would have been a good destination if you would have given him, I don't know, Duncan Robinson. I'm not sure if you would give up Tyler Hero or someone like that. I think you would probably give up a couple of your role players if you want to go.
Yeah, I think Kyle Lowry was the discussion.
Well, I think they got a small return for him, which I mean, I'm not sure what the Wizards are going to do. I don't think they should even keep Chris Paul. I think they should just waive him.
Yeah, I'd waive him too. He's going to be. I don't think he's
going to be on the Lakers.
Yeah, if he goes to the Lakers, that's kind of an odd fit, though. I don't think he is such a minor role now. Yeah, LeBron could, but I don't know. There's even those discussions about LeBron going to Dallas.
No, I don't believe those for a second.
Yeah, I think that just might be all made up. It's just, I think, for clicks. But could you just imagine though if Doncic goes to the Lakers? Very.
Oh, jeez, I think it'll eventually happen, but if he gets fed up.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I don't know what else we're going to see this year, but I thought it was very odd 2 years ago when the Wizards even signed Beal to that long contract. I think that was a stupid idea. I think they should have traded him. Oh
Yeah,
wow,
we got
catcher
sacked.
interference.
So that was a forced walk. So the Red Sox get a run.
Yeah, that was interference.
because
Who's
of
the catcher tonight? Who is that guy?
That's I think that's Kyle Gashioka.
Oh, oh yeah, he hit. That's so rare to happen. Today there were 2 balks in the first game. I don't know if you saw. That was really bad. Oh yeah, because
Popped up.
you had
And the Red Sox got their banana UCLA jerseys on. So
they wore a double today. Pablo Reyes is up.
but yeah, I think the Yankees. I think the Red Sox kind of realize this, but I think the Yankees need to realize that this roster is not going to be pushing for the. I don't know. It could be one of those instances if you're lucky, like the Phillies last year, where you get hot at random times. But I don't think with this core, you're going to get that with the Yankees. So I think what they need to do, I think they need to sell off some of their pieces. I think you need to trade away guys like
LeMahieu.
I think LeMahieu. I think you get him for scraps. I think you get rid of. You might get some value out of Torres because the Yankees got two shortstop prospects
Mm-hmm.
that they like, and I think
Maybe Rizzo too.
I don't know. I think Rizzo kind of fits as a Yankee, but he has value.
Josh Donaldson.
Oh yeah, they gotta get rid of him. I think he's.
But I don't know what you're gonna get for him. Just nuts
Him and
bolts.
Giancarlo Stanton are the Trevor Stories of New York.
Yeah, I think Trevor Story needs to head out because the Red Sox have really good prospects for shortstop, so and second base. So I think that they have. I would not trade any of the young guys, none of the prospects. I think the Red Sox have to start looking at having a really reliable farm system.
The
They
thing
can't be
is,
relying on these dopes.
I think Trevor could be. I'm not sure how good his bat is anymore. I mean, you might get some value out of his bat. So you might just put him as like a DH, but so he doesn't be atrocious at.
He's a hot and cold hitter. He's not reliable.
Yeah, so I say you put him at the end of the lineup, even though you're paying a crap ton of money to do that.
I'd trade him away.
I don't know who wants him though.
So does that mean we have to wait like 2 more years for someone to get him?
I think you release him, and then he's probably just going to go to the Dodgers. Like, oh,
yeah, and he'll tank and then the Dodgers will lose again because they're a lost cause.
Dodgers are a lost cause. Diamondbacks, they're beast. There's a lot of unexpected teams that are actually just killing it, like the Diamondbacks. We got the Texans, not the Texans, the Rangers.
Yeah,
confused there because they have similar colors.
Yeah,
the Orioles. I still want to go to Camden Yards. Next time I'm in DC, which could be pretty soon. Actually, I want to take the train up to go to Camden Yards because it's beast.
Oh, you got to take the Maryland train. Yeah, I actually right now, if the season ended today and the Rays or the Orioles won the whole thing, I'll actually give you a list of teams I want to see win it this year. Rays, Orioles. I'd be fine if the let's see who else. Braves won it all. Marlins, if the Marlins won it all, I'd be fine with that, and I'd be fine with the D-backs or the Giants. Any of those teams, I'd be fine if they won it all.
I'd be fine with the Pirates as well.
Yeah, I think they've fallen off a bit. Well, this is a weird division because you have 4 teams all within 4 games. You have the Brewers right now, a half a game lead over the Reds. Came out of nowhere too. Reds have been on the upswing.
Because now they got Cruz.
Oh, Cruz O'Neill, or no. Cruz. Oh, that guy. I read about him. Doesn't he have like one of the best averages right now?
Yeah.
Ellie.
And there's 21. Also Alvarez on the Marlins, who is he's batting. Last time I checked, he was batting 400.
Jeez.
Luis Arraez.
Oh yeah, Luis Arraez. Yeah, his batting average currently is 388.
388. That's amazing.
That is amazing. Yeah, he's trying to be the first player. I think there hasn't been any players. Don't get. I might be wrong on this, but I think he'd be one of the first players to average 400.
No, Ted Williams did it.
Okay. Well, besides Ted Williams, I don't think there has been anyone
No, I don't
else.
think there has been either.
That's kind of beast.
Yeah, and I wanted the Yankees to get him so badly.
I don't think he's gonna. I think he's gonna stay in Miami. They're 10 games over 500 right now.
I know it's amazing.
I'm fine if they win the whole thing. I'd be happy too. So, I give these players win.
Just get out of that stadium.
Get out of here.
Get out of here.
As long as the Mets and the Yankees and the Dodgers and the Phillies don't win, I'm fine.
I thought you were a Dodgers analyst.
That doesn't mean I'm a fan.
You were rooting for them at one point.
They're a Mickey team.
Oh, okay.
And the Mariners. I hate the Mariners and the Astros too.
But
what?
The Mariners?
I don't like the Angels. I don't like the Mariners. I don't like any team in the AL West. I hope the Angels crash and burn. I want to see Ohtani and a Red Sox.
You can't.
Ohtani needs to be a Red Sox as soon as possible. We could trade away James Paxton. We'll trade away Chris Sale. We'll trade away Garrett Whitlock just to get him.
Wait, Shohei?
And we'll trade away. Let's see who else we'll trade away. We'll trade away, of course, Trevor Story.
No, I don't think. No, I gotta go look at this. Red Sox top prospects. Let's see here. I'm gonna name these guys off.
No,
we want your bums instead.
I'll send away everyone. All the bums.
Marcelo Meyer.
Is he a second base?
He's currently. I'm not sure what prospect rank he is. Miguel Blease. Nick York. I'm pretty sure they want him. Mikey Romero. I'm Mickey. You're gonna have to give up those guys. They don't want this. They don't want the bad contracts.
Easy. Let me see. Red Sox. Unless you're the Wizards, the Wizards freaking front office, and you make a horrible decision.
Yeah, someone's getting fired next season for the Wizards. I think the NBA offseason has begun.
All right, so you have Marcelo Meyer, you have Ceddanne Rafaela. Okay, so it goes Marcelo Meyer, Miguel Bleis, Ceddanne Rafaela, Mickey Romero, and Nick York. So you actually have a lot of infielders. So your top 5, 4 of them are infielders. You have Meyer's a shortstop, Rafaela's a shortstop, Romero's either a second baseman or a shortstop. And you have Nick York. They're all he's a second baseman. And currently, okay, so Brian Mata is your right-hand pitcher. He is in Triple-A. You have Brandon Walter. He's your 7. He's also in Triple-A. He's a left-handed pitcher. So we might see them later on this year. They're both okay. They're one guy. Mata's 24. Walter's 26. So they're kind of the older guys that we'll see first. Chris Murphy already got moved up to the majors, and he's a 14. Okay. So yeah, I think we're gonna see though. There's a rumor that Rafaela will come up and play shortstop for the Sox. There's a lot of potential with him. He's 22. He's a righty. Maybe Meyer as well. There's a rumor that he might be coming up. But yeah, Rafaela, they say this year he's going to come up this season. And the next year Meyer will be coming up. So we'll see these guys coming up in the next few years. So that's why I don't know why the Sox even got Trevor Story in the first place. What was the urgency? What was the urgency?
They wanted to compete. Was that the season they were coming off the ALCS?
Yes, but that was a really bad. I think that 2021 had some bad free agents because he was like the top free agent that year. Honestly, he should have went to the Rangers because they said Trevor Story will be at the Rangers, but instead they got Seager and they got Semien.
And they're doing great.
Now they're doing great. It took a year.
So maybe give Trevor Story another year.
I don't know. He's injured, so he won't. He might not even be back.
See, it's like Giancarlo Stanton.
He's just collecting money. This is all fraud.
He's a fraud. I need to get rid of him. I said,
Unbelievable.
and then you're gonna go. And then we're gonna go back to Fenway. It's gonna get rained out as per usual, and then we're gonna find a guy wearing a Trevor Story jersey.
Unfortunately, I don't know why people even wear that guy's jersey.
I don't know.
I'd wear a Pedroia jersey.
But you know what's funny?
What?
Remember the nights the Red Sox blew the Yankees out, and then you were like, you know what? You should have done that against the Rockies.
They should have. They should have.
You should have done that against the Rockies. Now, Celtic team, we got to trade
Trade all the pieces away. Bye bye.
but you just beat up your biggest rival.
Doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
They can't beat some terrible NL teams. It doesn't make sense. You get outplayed against the NL shit teams. Let's see their schedule besides this Yankees Red Sox. Let's see the Red Sox schedule coming up.
If they play the Mets, then I might get up to that.
They play the Twins. They're going to Minnesota for 4. That'll be an interesting. And then they go to Chicago for 3 this weekend. They're against the White Sox. And then, that's beast. Then they host the Marlins. Oh, yeah, this was the series I was looking at. They're at home. And then they go to Toronto. And then they host the Rangers on July 4th. Then they host the A's. Okay. And then I think that's All-Star break around that time. Top story right now is funny. Okay, so they're on Fox News for the Red Sox. I just searched Red Sox and on news it popped up. It says young Red Sox supporter receives foul ball from generous fan and then subsequently fires it back onto the field.
Yeah, that's a tradition. Oh, did you see that Burlington, Mass was in the national spotlight for a little bit?
What happened?
Well, it wasn't in the national spotlight, but I got on the Daily Wire.
No.
Apparently, about Pride Month.
Oh, really?
There was a parent-teacher conference at the Burlington Public Schools, and I guess.
Oh, I see this Daily Mail says Massachusetts middle school students tear down rainbow decorations and chant their pronouns are USA during Pride celebration. Officials
it was
slammed
because of that.
intolerance and homophobia. This was it?
This was it.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Interesting.
Hey,
I haven't really. The only news that I know recently in the area has been that one big thing at the Harvard Medical where that guy organ harvesting.
oh yeah, the Oregon harvester.
He was setting shit. He was sending organs back to people. It's the only news I know right now.
He's doing. It's gotta
Yeah,
be creepy. It's a black market at Harvard. It's the Ivy Code. It's the Crimson Market.
I know, right? Could this be all part of the Ivy Code?
I don't know. I think the Ivy Code is specifically designed for ruining baseball teams.
Yeah, maybe.
And football teams.
Maybe that's all it's for. Not good.
Now we got Justin Turner at bats, who I keep saying is the most Red Sox looking Red Sox I ever seen.
He is. Well, Verdugo too.
They got the ginger.
Verdugo, and Verdugo. He's also Christian Vasquez was too, and Arroyo were the ginger men.
The ginger men. Oh no, Luke's not getting up. What?
And Winkowski too was another guy.
What?
Where is he? Is he in Iowa?
Are you? I'm going to say, are you in Iowa? Are you in Iowa?
Or is he driving that Pirates bus?
Or you driving the Pirates bus?
That's not Beast.
He's in Red Robin. Beast. Beast.
Red Robin.
Robin. No. Beast. Was Jason Kidd driving the bus? You know, to say Ace Man wants to know who's driving the bus.
Driving the bus and doing an investigation.
Ernie Johnson here. It turned out that it was the truckster that drove that bus.
Ernie Johnson here. Who would like to sit down and talk with me about basketball?
I'm Chris Hansen here with
It's Chris Hansen alongside the Whatever Kid. Ernie Ultimatum Johnson.
No!
What are we saying?
Volpe, you dropped it.
Oh my gosh!
Volpe dropped it. He needs to get sent back down to the minors ASAP.
He needs to go back to Del Barton High School.
Del Barton High School.
Back to New Jersey you go. Back to high school.
Volpe's been... People are just clamoring for him. I think with the unforeseen environments the Yankees have created for him, I think they just ruined their prospect.
Hmm.
And they should call up Oswaldo. No, not Oswaldo Cabrera. He's playing right field tonight. I think they need to call up Oswald Peraza to do his
I
thing.
forgot about him playing.
And then they need to get Josh Donaldson out of there.
So, what happened to the Aaron Judge?
He got hit. He got injured because he ran into a freaking thing into the door at Dodger Stadium.
Really?
Now he's on the IL. He's not. I don't think he's coming back until All-Star break, which is going to be unfortunate. I think the Yankees are going to have to sell.
What do you
But
think?
no, the Yankees are just going to buy because
Yep.
they think they're still competitive.
Yeah, I don't know what the Red Sox are going to do. It might be last year where they just buy like two random people like Tommy Pham and Eric Hosmer.
Oh, we're still competitive.
That made no sense last year. And then they just leave. Like, and you lose
Here's what they
Christian
need to do. I
Vasquez.
think they need, because they did. The Yankees need to do a repeat of what they did in like 2016 when they. Back then, Yankees were filling up with like old aging guys like Carlos Beltran, and, and Brian McCann, and they had Andrew Miller and our oldest Chapman actually.
All right, was that the year when they traded Chapman and then they got him back?
Yeah, they got him back. They got Gleyber Torres out of it. And the Yankees need to do a similar thing.
Hmm. Oh, is that where they got
Oh, look at that! You walked him. Now the bases are loaded again.
Now, wasn't Domingo Germán injured a couple years ago?
Yeah, he was. He's actually not doing too bad this year.
You had Severino. You got him like maybe 8 years ago.
Yeah, and I think he's playing for a new contract, but he's not performing well. Oh, wait, hold on. I'll be right back.
No problem. Yeah, Rob Refsnyder's coming to the plate now. Bases loaded for the Red Sox. They can really turn this game open here. The Yankees also have some action in the bullpen that they could be going to, so I'm going to keep an eye on that. Currently, bases loaded. Severino is still on. He has thrown 74 pitches so far, bottom of the fifth inning here at Fenway. Takes a strike. Oh, 2 now. It's a Refsnyder. Sox earlier today beat the Yankees 6-2 at a big sixth inning to get their 36th win of the season. Sox are currently 1 game over 500 right now, while the Yankees are in third place and they are currently 7 games over 500. Severino gets Refsnyder to chase, 2 down in the fifth. Still bases loaded for the Sox. He goes with the high fastball. Up by the letters. Refsnyder chases, 2 down. Tristan Casas comes to the plate now for the Red Sox. The first baseman, the rookie. Casas lines one. Down the line, that's going to be a ground rule double, it looks like. Yes, it's going to be a ground rule double. 2 runs come in to score now, 4-1 Red Sox. The first baseman comes up with a clutch hit down the right field line. 2 runs come in to score off of that ground rule double, 4-1 Red Sox. He just was out in front of that pitch. Saw it right away. He just lunged at it too. As you can see, lunges at it right down the right field line. So big hit right there from a player who has been struggling at the plate as of late, batting .207 this year. He's had some struggling, although he has had 7 home runs so far. Kike is now up. Kike flies out to left field to end the inning, but the Red Sox get 3 out of this, and now they lead 4-1. So now we're going to go talk a little bit about what's going on in the MLB today. So currently in the MLB today, the Orioles defeated the Cubs 6-3. Marlins topped the Nationals 4-2 in D.C. Red Sox again beat the Yankees 6-2 in Game 1. Braves put up 14 against the Rockies today in Atlanta. Cardinals outlasted the Mets 8-7. Angels beat the Royals 5-2. Brewers beat the Pirates 5-2. Tigers beat the Twins 6-4. Reds beat the Astros 9-7 in Houston. Rangers over the Blue Jays 11-7. Phillies outlasted the A's at the Coliseum 3-2. Padres beat the Rays 5-4. Mariners beat the White Sox 5-1. Guardians put up 12 today over the D-backs. And the Giants beat their rivals, the Dodgers, 7-3. Currently, it is 4-1 in the bottom of the fifth. Now, it's interesting to me that with yesterday's game supposedly going to be on Fox, that they chose the Red Sox and Yankees again to be the top game this weekend, when you also had another rivalry game that went on this week. So, yeah, that was very interesting to me. But, we have the whatever kid. He's coming in. Where's everyone? So, yeah, so right now, Big Don's going to be off and on tonight. And then we also have Kai, but he's currently the next day he's at university. So, and then Sloan, he's out tonight. So, it's just me for right now, but Big Don might be coming back on a little bit. We were talking a little bit about your new disc, though, the one with Colleen Ballinger and Lil Pump. I thought that was really funny. I gotta write a whole analysis to that, because I thought that was a really good disc that you put out. It caught me by surprise, actually, that you did a double disc. I think that was very cool that you did that. But yeah, right now I think Big Dom might be coming back on a little bit. But yeah, right now it's just me. So yeah, anything is up for grabs. We can talk about anything if you want. I was going over just the MLB today, some of the games that happened earlier. But also we had that big trade in the NBA that happened a couple hours ago. That one where I don't really know about this trade with Bradley Beal going to the Suns, because he's one of the only players in the league that has that non-trade clause, which means that he could veto any trade that is offered. So he has the right to veto any trade his team is trying to negotiate. So it was weird that now the Suns are stacking up. I mean, you have KD, you have Devin Booker, of course, DeAndre Ayton, and now you have Beal. So the point guard situation, I think, is going to be, very odd with the Suns. Now that Beal is going to be a Sun, it's kind of making me a little confused as to what they're trying to do, and also how they're going to run the offense. I think there's too many players. Or I think it's going to be weird that you're going to put Beal probably off the bench or something. My Father's Day meal was worth more than what the Wizards got back. I could only imagine. Honestly, you get Chris Paul and Landry Shamet, and then some second round picks and some like picks like in the future too. I just think it kind of doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. I think the Suns win this trade, but also it's a big risk trade because I think the Suns are in win now mode, where I think that window is going to close in a couple years, probably in a season or two. So it's win now or never. And now you have KD, who is very injury prone. You have Booker, who's I'd say in his prime. You have that whole saga with Aiton. So it's very odd to me that this team, I don't know, this team is going all in and all out. But these previous two seasons, they have really had some disappointments. I mean, last year they were owned by the Mavericks in the semifinals, conference semifinals. This year they were owned by the Nuggets, conference semifinals. So I don't know. So I think a third team will be involved to get. I do too. I think that CP3 will not be sticking around DC. I can tell you that. I think he's going to be gone. Lakers probably. I mean, there might be another team that might want him. Maybe Detroit wants a veteran. Um, maybe even if the Rockets are trying to build up a team and maybe they need an older player, maybe they get CP3. Maybe even the Sacramento Kings want an extra like a veteran type player who plays more of a role, comes in off the bench. Maybe they get somebody like CP3. So I think there's some teams that right now are contenders, or I wouldn't say contenders, title contenders, but playoff teams like the Kings or maybe the Pistons if all things go well. Clippers, yes. So maybe a relocation of going back to the Clippers, which would make sense. I think when you have Kawhi, who hasn't really been healthy, hasn't played many games yet for them, even though he's been there for several seasons now. Paul George last year, of course, the injury made him not really play that much. So I could see that. I think Russell Westbrook works out there big time, especially now with two of the big players not playing as much due to injury. So I could see CP3 heading there. They're also still a team that I think will be in the playoffs, but again, I don't think they're going to be a top three team in the West. I think right now, top three teams, I would have to say the Nuggets still. The way they played this year, I think is going to carry over to next season. Something tells me that the Lakers are going to do well next year. I think they finally figured things out about halfway through the season. And I think the Mavericks, I don't know why, I think the Mavericks are going to be a hot team next year too. But I could also see the Suns. I would say the Suns will probably be the top three. So I think we're going to get Nuggets, Lakers, Suns will be the top three teams. And then I'm sure Clippers will somehow figure things out. I think the Mavericks will figure things out. Warriors, I don't think the Warriors are going to be that bad per se. I think they're still going to be a good team. So we're still going to see some teams that uh, have some juice left. But I think the Suns, they're going to be the team to really do it. But yeah, I don't think the Wizards made a really good decision here. I think 2 years ago, I think they would have done better to free up more cap space if they just traded Beal at the deadline, maybe got some picks out of it. Because I think you could have got a lot of picks out of Beal 2 years ago, but now you pretty much get crumbs for what he's worth, what he actually brings to the team. You get Chris Paul, who is, I want to say 37. Uh, you get Landry Shamet, who, or no, he's 38 years old. You get Shamet, who, although he's an okay player, I don't think he's I mean, and they get 2 or 3 second-round picks, so it's not even a first-round pick. So this was a huge joke for the Wizards' top player. Yeah, definitely not a good idea for the Wizards. Yeah, but I'm kind of interested to see. I've heard some NBA trade rumors. There might be some with the Celtics going on. Um, yeah, but this one was the big one so far. I mean, Fred Van Vliet, there's talks about him leaving, OG Anunoby, Chris Middleton, Vucevic, Pascal Siakam. So the Raptors seem like they might be selling some players off. Damian Lillard, of course, his whole ties right now to the Heat. So I'm kind of interested to see how these next few months will work. Plus, I mean, we're going to have the NBA draft coming up. That's in a few days. So um, we're going to see that. I mean, everyone knows Wembanyama. Um, he's going to be a Spur. But I don't know what Scoot Henderson. There's some teams looking at Scoot. Um, so we'll see how the draft goes. There might be some trades ahead of time before Thursday's draft. I think the Celtics need an elite playmaker or a reliable third option. I agree. I think Beal would have been the option. I mean, him and Jason Tatum's ties together. I mean, both being from St. Louis, knowing each other. I mean, there was a rumor 2 years ago. I don't know if you remember, like the whole rumor that they said, the Celtics were looking at getting Bradley Beal. This was 2 years ago, 3 years ago, not 2 years ago, right at the 2021 draft. I mean, no, 2021 trade deadline. There was that rumor that Celtics could get him. I think he would have worked really well with the Celtics. But I mean, now with Jaylen Brown most likely leaving, or there's a rumor that he could. I mean, the Celtics could also buy him out or extend his contract. But if he leaves, that's going to leave the Celtics with with big shoes to fill. So yeah, they definitely need somebody. Um, I just don't know who right now, um, because Peyton Pritchard's most likely going to be heading out, so you get some depth off the bench. But I'll be honest, he doesn't really play that much come the postseason. So I'd really love to see Dame in a Celtics uniform, but I don't know how much they'd have to give up for him. That might be too much. But yeah, they definitely need somebody else. I mean, Danilo Gallinari hasn't played a game yet with the C's, and he's coming back. He showed some. He's a veteran, but he played pretty well with the Hawks a couple years ago when they were on that when they went on that big run to the Eastern Conference Finals. But yeah, I think they need somebody. Honestly, it could be maybe Chris Middleton again. You'll have to figure things out. You'll probably move around some players, but yeah, they need a playmaker. I was hoping it was gonna be Dame, but I don't think so. But who knows? Maybe Dame does the unthinkable and stays with Portland. I mean, maybe he's going to be a lifer with Portland. Who never? I mean, you never know. But yeah, I don't know with this Red Sox team. Yes, I would consider a top 3 pick for Jalen. I mean, here's the thing with Jalen. I think Jalen. Every time I've watched the Celtics play, I mean, everyone knows Jason Tatum. He's the leader of the team. But I think with Jalen, he's always deserved a bigger role. I just don't think the Celtics can offer that role. I think that he should be pretty much. He deserves to be the best player on a team, but I don't think it's on the Celtics. I mean, it's going to be sad if he does end up out of Boston, but if you could trade him for a big top 3 pick, I would take it in a heartbeat. I think that would benefit both teams. That would benefit both teams dramatically. Well, yeah, I think it's going to be tough if the Celtics do get rid of him, but I think it'll benefit both teams. But yeah, I think the Celtics. I'm a little afraid that the Celtics window is going to come to a close soon too. Damian Lillard would be no different than those people that get a cheap reward for company loyalty if he stays in Portland. I know, right? I mean, I do think that it does show a lot though to players like loyalty if they just stay with the same franchise through like the roughest of moments and like through the best moments. But yeah, I think Dame has worked so hard. I mean, he's probably the hardest working one of the hardest working players in the ML and the NBA. If you look at how well he does, how he trains, how he conducts himself. I mean, he really is somebody who um, really takes it all in. And I think if you, I mean, if he leaves, I mean, he does deserve that. But if he stays, I think it's even more. It shows how much respect he has for the city of Portland and how much loyalty he has. But yeah, I do think that that's a good way to put it. With how some people just stick with the company. All right, so the Red Sox currently, it's the bottom of the sixth now. Red Sox up 4-1 over the Yankees. Sox won the first game again today, 6-2. Um, yeah, there's been some things though in the MLB. Shifting gears here from the NBA for a quick second. Now the MLB this season has been kind of a weird, been in a weird way this year, and I'm just going to share with you all the tab right now. I don't know if any of you have been looking at the MLB this year, but there's been some interesting storylines to get to. So first, AL East, every team is above 500. It shows you how tough this division is. You still have the Red Sox, who are going to be at a 500 rate this year. The Blue Jays, kind of fell off a bit as of late. I mean, Yankees right now should be a lot better, but they have their last 10 games. They've won three of their last 10 games. But the Orioles, I mean, kind of laying off where they were last year at the All Star break. They have been really playing hard. And you also have the Rays, the one of the lowest payrolls in baseball, currently taking care of business. And then you have the AL Central right now. Again, teams are not. It's not as good as the AL East. I think it's going to really come down to these two teams, the Twins and the Guardians. I do think the Guardians are a better team. I think they have younger talent, but the Twins did bring in some new players, and they also have Carlos Correa, who I think will not let another season go by. Then you have the AL West, with again, I think this is going to be the last dance with the Angels and with Shohei. So they're really making that push. You have the defending champs right now, currently sixth place, but again, it's kind of early in the season. I think they'll still make the playoffs. You have the A's currently a lost cause on and off the field, although they just had a big win streak come to an end. You have the Mariners, America's team last year, currently kind of at a hangover. And you have the Rangers right now, who are currently really killing it. But they last year had a disappointing season. But I mean, signing Seager and signing Semien along with Syndergaard, I mean, they've really wanted to go all in on this. So that's what's going on there on the MLB. Whenever kid says, I haven't been paying attention to MLB. I used to watch it more in the late 2000s, early to mid 2010s. It's a shame Trout only made the playoffs once in his career. I know it was like that one game that he made it too. I know it is a shame, but I think it shows you how the game works, and sometimes it's tough to see that, but that's just the way it is. And again, I used to watch. Yeah, I watched the MLB late 2000s, early to mid 2010s too. That was a really fun time. That was when this was when the Giants won all those huge. They were a really good team back in the early 2010s with Buster Posey and Matt Cain. They had. Yeah, they were really good back then. You had Phillies were really good, Rangers were really good too, and the Tigers. They were all really good teams. But yeah, I think it is sad with Mike Trout. Um, only one game in his career, or only a few games in his career. I mean, he has only made the playoffs once. I think the way that that Angels team is set up, though, they just don't have pitching. They've always had this problem, and it doesn't seem like it's a priority, or it doesn't bother the front office that much. You can't just rely on two of the best players to bring your team a chip. This is not basketball where you could have, where you could have two really good players and the rest could be just average in support. I mean, baseball's a lot different. You need a group of guys. You need like 25 guys to get the job done, and they just don't seem like that with their pitching. But yeah, I mean, in the NL right now, you have the Braves currently 5 games over the Marlins. Marlins have been playing really well as of late. There's this one guy on the Marlins who currently is looking to average a 400 hitting average, batting average, which has not been done since Ted Williams. So, yes, with this guy right here, Luis Arias, currently is batting 388, which is unheard of. You don't see this too often. He only has 2 home runs, though, which is even more interesting. But in the games that he has played, he has really been playing well. So that's something to keep an eye on this year. Um, Even if this team kind of crashes and burns, I think this team will still be good in that way. And then you also have um, Phillies currently 4 games over 500. They had a really slow start. You have the Mets currently under 5 under now, and they have one of the highest payrolls in baseball. You have the Nats still there. It doesn't really seem like a lot's going on there. And then you have the NL Central, which I think is going to be a fun division to take a look at as the year goes on. NL Central, AL East will be the two must-watch divisions. I mean, you look at this: 4 teams, all within 4 games right now. Any of these teams can make the playoffs. Again, the Cardinals. Funny thing, we're looking at them. They have had a horrible start to the season, and they were the leaders last year in the division. So it's good to see that it looks like power is going to change there. And also with the Diamondbacks right now, currently leaders in the NOS. They've had a really good season this year. I really like how they play. And you have the Giants and Dodgers behind them, as well as the Padres, who are actually under 500. So it shocks me a lot to see how the league, or just how it's shaping up to be in the MLB. But yeah, it's weird to see that. Well, yeah, we'll see how the rest of the MLB goes. And there's still a lot of games left in the league. You have just over 4 months left. So by the time this ends, just about 3.5 months, I should say. When that ends, it'll be interesting to see how the league, or how everything unfolds. Currently top 7. Oh yeah, they try to catch him stealing, but Yeah, MLB The Show. Yeah, now I think they have it for PS4, PS5. It's actually a really fun game. I'm glad that they revived it because you know I think for a while, especially with sports games, I mean it's been dominated in recent years, NBA, but now there's kind of a lessening of hype between the NBA The Show or NBA 2K, not the show. You have Madden, which also kind of has, specifically with the features in recent years, it's kind of been the same. So, I mean, you kind of have like a sports gaming boredom. But yeah, MLB The Show has been a good show. I mean, has been a good game to play. I used to play it a couple years ago. I was really into it. But yeah, I think out of the sports games right now, MLB is up there. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah. No one really does. I mean, I think people started complain a lot about 2K when the features were kind of the same. I think, and yeah, because of that, people just started getting sick of the game. Trying to, oh, FIFA is another game, but I think FIFA, this might be their last one. I don't think there's going to be. Uh, yeah, I don't think FIFA will have any more games. I think they're changing the name due to the franchise being expired. But that was another one that I think is a fun, or it's fun to play, FIFA. But yeah, Madden and 2K, in recent years, it's just gotten a lot more boring. I don't know, maybe it's because people really overhyped it about, in the past decade, there's been a lot of people overhyping the games. I don't know, maybe it's just every year it's the same thing. So I'm glad that, MLB The Show is getting the credit it deserves. I think FIFA is a fun game too. I think there's a lot of cool features in that. You could do a World Cup, you could play a club. I think it's cool. But I do like the story modes of these games. Specifically with Madden, NBA 2K, that you could be a player who comes out of a high school and then goes to either college or goes right into the league. I think that's a cool storyline that they have. It makes it fun and interactive. Oh, yeah, I could only imagine. I watched some YouTubers playing the game, gameplays of that. Yeah, it looks ridiculous. Yeah, I think they are a little watered down, the stories. I just think that some people appreciate like that story mode. I think, but yeah, they do get watered down. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me a little bit of like how the WWE, how that is also a game where you could do like story mode, and how like funny that is. And you could choose whatever you do and the outcomes. I think that's kind of funny. Yeah, they are a little cringe though. I always thought about this, and I actually floated the idea a couple years ago. But I was like, you know what? Why don't they just do like an election, like 2K presidential election or something like that, where you're like a candidate and you have to go through like 2K mode, and you play as a candidate. And you go to all these different, do all these different rallies. You apply to become or apply to run for whatever party, and then you go to all these different rallies. It's like a 2K game, where it's like a story mode. I've always thought of that. I'm like, I don't know, they could make like a 2K, but for like politics. Maybe some people would like that. Oh wow, Brian Bayo gets out of a jam. That was huge. All right, we're going mid 7 now. Sox up 4-1. Yeah, I think it would be interesting though to see that. Oh, also, the USA versus Canada's on for the Nations League in soccer. So this is a big game. US in CONCACAF. It would be cool if Rockstar and 2K collaborated to make a game to be realistic to an NBA player's life. It'll be rated M, though not E. I agree. I think so like with this game, were you thinking of like being about the lifestyle or being like an NBA 2K where you play as the player but you also like live the life as the player. So like you like do whatever you want outside of like after practice and things like that. So I think that would be kind of cool. Yeah, Rockstar. I think Rockstar uh, would do a good job with that, especially the way that they develop games. I mean, of course, you have GTA being like their biggest, but I think that single player games that they have, just the animations, the design of the game, the overlay. I think that that would work out. I think it would actually be kind of cool. And I think like how GTA like you could play as a character, there should only be like 4 or 5 different players that you can play for. But I think one of them has to be John Morant. I think you have to have John Morant be one of the players. Maybe LeBron's another player people would be interested in. But yeah, I think John Morant, LeBron. Um, I don't know who else you would choose. That'd be kind of cool. Tyler Hero, maybe Tyler Hero. Play the game, play the games, and then live the life of a player off the court. So I could do stupid stuff like John Morant with toy guns. I'm thinking John Morant would be a fun one. Oh, Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole could also be a player. But like every season they like change the focus of the players. So like okay, we'll do John Morant, um, and then next month we'll have like maybe 4 or 5 other players come in. That'd be actually kind of funny. I wonder how accurate the games would be though. So you can like choose. You could choose to play with toy guns. Whatever. Can I add some questions about the whole diss that you had? So, I heard about. So through your video, I know that you made a video earlier this week about Colleen Ballinger, and I didn't really know a whole lot about that situation. I know, isn't she the like YouTuber who does the Miranda sings is her like whole persona. So I didn't know about this whole situation with her. So I wasn't really too yeah, I didn't really know too much about it. So was this all about like her messaging children? I mean, I don't know a whole lot. But how did you hear about this? Like how did you hear about uh like the trouble that she was in? And also how did you hear about Diego or Lil Xan? That whole thing. I saw that you cited the video "We're All Insane" podcast. Um, yeah, I didn't. I never knew about these whole. I didn't really know about this. I don't know if you heard about Adam 22 though. I did hear about that one. Through It's Milk and through Lil Pump himself. But yeah, I didn't know about the Colleen Bollinger and Lil Xan situations. That was I was a little. I didn't really hear too much about that. Okay, so Colleen formed relationships with minors to use them so that they can make content for me. Basically, plus take talking inappropriately with them and being weird to minors at her shows. She wouldn't pay them for making her make content. Oh, okay, so this was all about her and like children making content. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, I don't really know too much about her. So I know she's a YouTuber with, about a million plus subs. I didn't really know too much about this though. That's crazy though. And then of course Lil Xan and his whole the scenario he's in too. I just heard about this. Yeah, it's not good. So yeah, currently if you're just tuning into us on any given Monday morning live, Red Sox ahead of the Yankees 4-1. We're going into the top of the eighth, one out, and Jake Winkowski is now pitching for Brian Beal, who pitched 7 innings today, giving up 1 run. Sox looking for the sweep tonight of the Yankees, and they will now lead. If with the sweep tonight, they will be 5-1 against their rivals this season, and 2 over 500. So Rizzo's coming to the plate now for the Yankees. Kevin Federline whips Lil Xan. Yeah, I think Federline is a better rapper than Xan, but it comes close, I think. Yeah, Lil Xan, I mean he was big in like 2017 with that whole song, Betrayed. But he was always that gothic type rapper. I always put him in the pool of like the no jumper crowd. You know, that was the crowd that listened to music for him. But yeah, he was that whole recent thing though. It's crazy with him. Also, I just realized today's the day. 5 years ago, today was the day XXS Tentacion was murdered. Yeah, June 18th was the day XXX Tentacion was killed. Yeah, it's just yeah. That was yeah. It's kind of crazy. Time already flies. Yeah, that was a. I remember that. It was actually weird. That day I was at a beach and the people on the beach were listening to that project that X made. Um, I forgot the name of the project. Was it 21? Oh no, 19 was it called? Let me see. I'm blanking on the name of the project, but they were listening to it was the one that was called the question mark one. So we're listening to that, and I remember they were listening to all the songs. He had a song with PNB Rock I forgot about, but yeah, he had Changes was the big one off of that. It was released on March 16th, 2018. Moonlight, of course, Sad, Remedy for a Broken Heart. I mean, all these songs were big for him. I don't even speak Spanish, lol. You know, all those songs were, really big for him. But yeah, I remember that day. It was weird. I was listening to his music. Somebody was, and they played it so loud that I overheard it. Um, yeah, it is crazy. June 18th was the day he was killed. It was 5 years ago. It's been 5 years. It's even crazier that time just flies. It flies by. There's been a lot of rappers that have died or been killed. You know, I think with X, I think he would have been a very successful artist. It's sad. I mean, him, Juice World, uh, well, them two particularly were on the come up. You know, when they both well, for X was killed, Juice World died. But they were both, what could have been. I think for both of them, it was really tragic to see. Because I think X would have been. I kind of wonder what he would have done today if he was still around. What music he would have come out with. Maybe he would have stuck with rap. Maybe he would have went lyrical, and maybe had more lyrical songs come out. Or maybe he would have taken a turn and maybe done more like punk music. I mean, you never know with him. I think he was very creative, and it's tragic to see him pass. But his discography, there's still songs being released by his camp. I know yesterday they just released a song for him, so I'm thinking that there still are tapes out there. Juice had so much potential. He is actually Young Dolph's cousin. Seriously, he's Young Dolph's cousin? Let me look this up. I did not know that. Young Dolph cousin. of Juice World. Oh my goodness. That is so crazy. I didn't know this, but Young Dolph was also cousins to Key Glock as well. That's really crazy though. I mean, I know that Takeoff and Quavo were cousins, where they were all related somehow. I know that, but I did not know about Juice World being cousins with uh, Young Dolph and Young Dolph being cousins with Key Glock. That was something new to me. But yeah, I mean, and we can talk about Young Dolph too, but with Juice World, I mean, he was just coming up too. I mean, he was 20 years old. Um, oh, by marriage. Okay. I know they're both from Memphis, so I could see that. But yeah, with Juice World, I didn't know that. But yeah, I think with Juice World, going back to Juice World, I think he would have been very big. You know, his marketability was there. He could sing, he could rap, he could jump on pretty much anything. Cause he had that song "Hear Me Calling" that was on an Afrobeats beat, but he could also rap on like boom bap beats. He could rap on drill beats. I mean, he could do anything really. He could rap. He could write. Um, he could sing too. So he had the creativity there, and I think it would have also been really sad. I mean, it would have been interesting to see if he were alive today to know exactly where he would have went. Maybe he would have went more pop. Maybe he would have went more, rap, drill. I don't know. It would have been interesting to see where that path would have taken him. I know he would have been very popular. So I wouldn't be surprised if he jumped on Pop Smoke type beats. You know, the same. I mean, I think there might have been a few songs with him on drill. But yeah, I would have definitely saw him on those drills, 808s and stuff like that. I could definitely see him going on that. I know that's another one, Pop Smoke. I mean, yeah, you just brought up Young Dolph, Pop Smoke, another one who died, killed 2 years ago now, just 2.5 years ago. I think he was killed in 2020 before the pandemic. Oh wow. So he's been over 3 years now. Jeez, it's crazy to think about how many rappers have died. And then of course we had MF Doom passed away. Um, blanket on others, but I know others have also died too. But you know what though? You know that J. Cole, that verse that J. Cole just recently put in? Oh yeah, Mac Miller. Um, yeah, he was a couple years. It was probably like 8, 9 years ago now. Oh, how many years ago was that? 4 or 5 years ago. I think. Oh yeah, so almost 5 years ago. September will be the 5th year that he will be the 5 year anniversary. Lil Peep as well. Yeah, that was also crazy. I remember that. No, but there was that recent song, "All My Life" by Lil Durk and J Cole. So one of the in J Cole's verse, he says, J Cole says something like, "You can't if you never posted a rapper when he was alive, you shouldn't post a rapper after he get hit." And he goes, "It's simple. It's the principle." And I think that actually, I think that that's actually a good way to think about it, because you know how there's always after a celebrity dies or specifically a rapper dies, um, there's that whole, you shouldn't really like make money off of it. It goes back to like morals and stuff. I think with J Cole, what he said, I think he outlines a really good principle to have for media outlets, anybody who reports on any of this, not to talk about something if they never spoke about the person in the first place, which is kind of like a two-way street if you think about it. Because on one hand, I mean, if you're a media outlet, you should be, informing the public on the death of someone. But if you're using it to get money off of somebody, then I don't really think that that's appropriate. So I think it's more about the posts, really, because like people always make those like memorial posts. But I think what Cole's really trying to say is that, like, if you have been making, memorial posts about, an artist or about somebody who dies and you don't really know them, or if you never mentioned them prior, then you shouldn't even bother doing it. But if you're like a news person, or if you're like a outlet or something like that, then I think you should be able to post. I think if it's an individual who's never spoken about the artist before, then yeah. My stance on that is, if you want to give love after they die, make it clear that if their death made them appreciate their art more. I agree. Because I think the legacy for an artist, you know, unlike a human who doesn't really make artwork or something sometimes, is that with an artist, you can always listen to their music whether they're alive or dead. I mean, if you're a painter, if you're a sculptor, that will physically always be there. So that legacy will always be there. But if it's just a human, I mean, if it's a person that maybe doesn't make that kind of stuff, it's those pictures, those memories that you have of them. But I think with an artist, you can always listen to their voice like they haven't even left, and it's that appreciation that you have. So I think that's very important that you mentioned the appreciation, because you appreciate the time that they devoted to their career, the artwork, the thoughts, the whole thought process, everything that they put in, all their energy that they put in to make that music, to make that form of art. I think that is actually a really good way to put it. I agree too. Yeah, this is a good line here. That you don't A good point here. Don't act like you were rocking with them before they died if you didn't. I agree. I mean, some people I think feel the pressure that if somebody dies, and let's say it's an artist, right? And somebody that they know really like the artist, but you might not like them. You might say something like, I'll be honest, I didn't really listen to the artist that much, but now I'll probably start listening because um, I kind of am interested now to hear their music. But yeah, if you pretend like you're rocking with them and that you were like their biggest fan, I just think that that's kind of low of you. You know, I think you got to be a little bit more, realistic, and you have to be more honest with yourself if you listen to them or not. But I think though it's okay that if you never heard of them prior, but now you want to take a listen, I think that that's okay if you want to take a listen to their music after that they pass away. I think that's perfectly fine. What I will say is that I will never like Soldier Boy, regardless of what happens to him. I agree too. I think. I mean, I don't really want anything bad to happen to anyone, but I just don't. Yeah, there's some like artists that I just don't really care for, and Soldier Boy is one of those artists. I agree. I don't really care too much about. Kind of a meme artist, anyways. So I don't really know if there's too many true Soldier Boy fans that would, go out of their ways to buy albums or purchase merch if he has it. I personally don't think he has a loyal fan base. I mean, if you want to talk about fandom, though, I was recently talking with somebody about how there's so many fan bases that are very loyal. Like, you know how you have like the Beehive with Beyonce, and I mean Taylor Swift is a really good example because she's on tour right now. And I was watching this comedian Tim Dillon, and he was talking about how the Swifties, a lot of these fans who are all different ages now, because Taylor Swift's been around since mid 2000s, so she has fans that are in their 30s, maybe even parents that 40s, 50s, 60s, and you have their children who are 30s, maybe in their 20s. Those are like her older fans that grew up with her. And then, of course, you have like the young fans too, who are probably like between 8 years old to like 18 years old. So you got this whole group of people, all different ages. A lot of them are female, but you got some males that listen to her too. Um, but how he was bringing up how like her fans are crazy. They shut down Ticketmaster. I think that was the website. I mean, she sold out within like over, I think it was less than an hour. Her tour, um, and there was this huge case brought about regarding that website. But what Tim Dillon brought up was how these fans who are going to these big Swift concerts, they're like wearing diapers just so that they don't miss a moment. And I just think that goes into like the radicalization of a fan. I mean, we joke about it on the channel here about being like radicals. We make that joke, but I think that Swift fans are definitely radicals. But I mean, you also have all the stands, and I think that's what we're trying to make mention to is it's the stands. They're like the radicals of these fans of these big artists. But I don't think Soldier Boy has any, so that's what I was trying to make a cite at. All right, so two outs in the bottom of the ninth. Um, that was a hit right there by Trevino, who just came in. Came in a couple innings ago. He gets a bloop single to keep this game going. Kenley Jansen looking for his 15th save. He's going to be facing Anthony Volpe. So, with this win, Red Sox will go to, there'll be 2 games over 500. And the Sox next, they will start a series with the Twins tomorrow night in Minnesota. So they're going to be in Minnesota and in Chicago. So they're going to be starting a big road trip. This will be a huge series win if they can sweep the Yankees, which it's looking like. I mean, last weekend you had the Red Sox beat the Yankees 2 out of 3 times at the Bronx. So far, series for the Red Sox, they're up 5-1. Hey, Big Don, you're back. Yeah, it's about to be over. We had the Whatever Kid stop by. We've been talking about music for the last not too long ago.
Beast.
Yeah, we're talking about.
God, we're down to the final strike because it's Volpe.
Volpe.
And they got him out.
Soldier Boy is like an example of what J. Cole said in the song 1985. Cole was talking about the rappers big at the time, like Lil Pump, and he will lose fans when they grow up. Same with Soldier. I love 1985. I think that J. Cole is, he's just a truth teller in rap. He's a truth teller. He can really, he's a really good. I mean, we put it this way, analyst. He is an analyst of the hip hop sphere. He can really tell the truth about that. Oh yeah, this game flew by. I mean, of course, we didn't come on
It's
right away.
9:30. That was a 2.5 hour.
I know that was a quick game. I mean, both teams in total there were 13 hits in total, so not bad.
But the Red Sox sweep the Yankees. I think you gotta sound some alarms if you're Hal Steinbrenner. I think fire everyone.
Well, last week too, the Red Sox took 2 out of 3 in the Bronx, so this is big.
Red Sox are on the up. Yankees are on the down.
Well, next week too, the MLB is going overseas, so we're gonna have a 10 a.m. game.
Oh, we're
Cardinals and the Reds next week in London. So
let's stream that. Let's do it. Let's
be. If J. Cole is the big brother or uncle of rap, 100%.
Oh, I'll be right
100%.
back.
I'm pumped though. This game was quick. That's what the MLB needs though. The games are too slow.
No 4-hour games.
They're too slow. I'm looking right now. The CONCACAF Nations League's on. It's a big game. USA already up 1-0, so they're beating Canada. Because Mexico lost. The U.S. beat Mexico. But it came at a price because 2 of the players on the USA team got red cards. So, but it doesn't really hurt them so far. USA is beating Canada. This is in this is actually they're playing in Las Vegas at the Raiders Stadium. Not a lot of people are at this game though. It's kind of sad. Oh man, the header goes over. I know, but with soccer, that's another sport we're trying to take a look at too. Soccer. World Cup's in 3 years now. You missed that. Oh yeah, this one is true. So my dad went with the family to a game, and my dad had to leave because the game went two extras, and the last train was coming. Games do take too long. 100% agree. I was on. We got really unlucky this year. Big Don and I went to the Red Sox game a couple weeks ago, and what sucks is that it was a rain delay game. So they just literally told us, come to the game's gonna happen. And then of course it's like 6:50 and there's thunder and lightning, and they don't tell anyone until 8:45 that the game has been postponed. So we technically just like sat around for 2 hours while they were making money off of everyone in the stands. Or we actually couldn't even sit in the park, which was even worse. So we just like all walked around. And this happened to me not once but twice this year because I also went to the game on. I was invited to a game on the Patriots Day game when it was pouring out, and I only watched like 2 innings of that game, and then it was a rain delay and it ended. Oh, then the game resumed at like 2:30. But this was the game where there was a bunch of like random frat boys in the stands, and they all took their shirts off and swung it around on Marathon Monday. It was crazy. I could actually try to find a photo of this. Yeah, let me see. Trying to find the Patriots Day.
Yo,
Hello.
yo, Simboy. So yeah, Yankees need to sell. They need to get rid of everyone. I'm now taking myself as the position of any given Monday morning doomer. As to whatever kid says, they're still wearing those yellow blue jerseys. I don't get. They got the no, that was actually the UCLA basketball team playing the Yankees, and they won. The Red Sox were trying out the banana uniforms, the LeBron James Mickey banana boat uniforms because the Lakers are now guessing trying to get CP3. I don't see the Wizards keeping CP3 whatsoever. So this is a calling. But yeah, this is an utter embarrassment. I was looking to go. I was going to throw money at the Yankees this July 4th as they play the Orioles. Now I'm just going to have to be going to support the Orioles or not go at all.
Honestly, just go to a free fireworks concert.
Yeah, that too. I could. That'll be more entertaining than the what Aaron Boone and Brian Cashman are putting out on the field tonight. I think it's a disgrace. The Yankees can't hit. They can't do anything. They don't know how to manage. Aaron Boone needs to be gone. I think Brian Cashman needs to be gone. I think the whole front office of old timers. They got guys like Brian Sabian over there, Omar Minaya in the front office because they want they want the old school look. I think you need some new blood in there. I think they got to get rid of everyone. Boone's still the manager. That's right. I think we should have never got rid of Joe Girardi back in 2017. I'm not sure why they got rid of Girardi because that year they were in one game of the World Series, and if the Astros did not cheat, we would have went to the World Series and we would have won that. But no, they got rid of Joe Girardi and decided to bring in Aaron Boone. What a disgrace! And they decided to sign Giancarlo Stanton. They traded for him on his massive contract. And ever since then, it's just been signing bad contract after bad contract. The Josh Donaldson trade, that was a disaster.
And it's every year the ceiling's the ALCS.
The ALCS is always the ceiling, but this year I think they're going to be knocked out of the wild card.
Damn, that's pretty
I think
sad.
but this is why I think they should sell. They just advance too much. That Carlos Rodon contract, that's been awful. The Frankie Montas deal, that's been awful. The we get guys like Joey Gallo and then training him for nothing and he struggles. And they give up top prospects for him. That's that's not analyst moving right there. I think I'm now taking myself over as a victim complex.
Mm,
But I'm still gonna rock my Aaron Judge jersey because Judge is a beast.
I agree. I agree.
It's like
But yeah, this team has been plagued by some horrible decisions. But I don't know what they should do because I
they need to
still
blow it
think
up.
that
They need to do a fire sale of the Yankees. I think they need to get rid of all their old heads. I would even give up Gleyber Torres right now.
wow. So
I
you
give
just
him up.
say
I give up.
even though they're
I
third
give up
place,
Severino. I give up Herman. I give up any good young piece. I give up the whole bullpen.
I'm
Give
a
me
Volpe.
prospects. Give me them all.
Volpe gone.
No, Volpe, well, he can't be gone. I think they need to send him down to the minors. I think they need to clean him up a little bit. That's the
I
one thing
agree.
I was worried about. I think they rushed him too much too early to the big leagues. He didn't play enough AAA. The whole front office decided to say like, "Oh, hey, if you're going to develop, you might as well develop in the major leagues." I'm just like, no, he's not ready.
I agree. I think he still is too young.
He's a young lad, and I think they need to work on their system. I think it's run by not Ivy Code analyst, but I
Mm.
think by old school. Let's go out and sign so and so to this much amount of money, and then we're not going to worry about it.
So to me, that sounds like the Clippers.
It's always been the Yankee way since Steinbrenner.
Damn.
But yeah, I think they need to. I think the analysts have spoken.
Just remember, money can't always buy you championships.
No, look at the. Fortunately, the A's don't have that luxury, but that's a different.
Except for the Rams. That was the only one that worked.
That's the only one.
The A's, absolutely not.
They're
The
hoping
Oakland.
now to buy a championship, but I'm not sure. They're gonna be playing in a AAA stadium. They're gonna be playing in a AAA stadium. What the hell?
We had that reverse boycott recently that happened.
That was beast.
That was crazy.
I want to go to. I wanted to go to that. I wanted to go to. I think we should have sent Sloan down to the Grossi Posse event.
That's beast.
That's beast. But
The Fs.
yes, the A's more like the Fs.
They're a failure.
Are you kidding me?
They're a failure.
You're a failure.
The Philadelphia A's.
The Philadelphia A's. Kai, you're a Philly fan. He's like, oh.
What is he doing right now?
Oh, geez. He's probably he's watching anime.
No, he's at school. Because it's like 10:30.
He's watching. He's not at Camp Cozy.
Kaiba. Or is he? I don't know. I was gonna ask him if he heard about this whole issue in Japan. There's this one guy who's been trolling on the train, and he got beat up recently.
He's been trolling?
Yeah, there's this guy named Johnny Somali. He's this YouTuber. I just found out yesterday. I was watching YouTube, and a Decoy Voice made a video, and also who's the other guy? Jamari. They both made videos on this guy who's causing a stir up in Japan, and I don't know if Kai Boy heard about it. Kai is crying in his pain. He's a Cali fan. Cue up the Kai Boy.
Cue up the Kai Boy? Okay, yes. Here we go. Let me get this. Yeah, oh, yeah. Oh.
Play it.
Kai Boy, Kai Boy. Hello, hello. Slim boy, slim boy. Hello, hello.
By the way, Kai's not exactly a slim boy, but
No, this was no. So here's the thing. This anthem is not about when the slim boy part comes on. This is just for slim boys. So that part was not about Kai. This was about other people that can listen to the song. No, but the first part, hello, hello, Kai boy, that's directed at Kai. And then hello, slim boy, is directed at people that need to go to the camp.
He needs to go to camp.
Yeah, they need
it's
to go.
It's like reverse fat camp.
It's a camp where you go from boys to men.
To men.
Kai kind of look like this YouTuber named Fregand. We gotta look this up.
Yeah. Wait! I dare you to do the masculinity speech.
Kai does look like this dude, actually. Oh my god, Don! I'm gonna pull this up, Don. You're gonna die laughing at this shit. That's beast. Here, I'll pull it up. Where is he? There he is. Don, look at this shit.
I'm gonna stand into the group chat. I'm gonna stand in Sky. What are you doing?
Oh my god!
He's a YouTuber.
No! Oh no!
Kai, why aren't you getting bitches?
Kai with the chain on.
He's a music artist.
Oh my gosh!
Shoot,
this is Kai. This is Kai. What does Fregand do? He's a YouTuber.
Oh, your part. Dance.
Oh no!
Dance.
Kai boy.
That's the Kai. That's the girly man version of Kai. Look at him. He's a girly man.
This is Kai.
Kai
with the headband.
Wait, I dare you to do your Nick Adams / Jordan Peterson masculinity speech while this in the background. This is the pinnacle
All
of
right, I'll do
girly
it.
man.
I'll do it. Let me just get a drink of water. Okay.
Oh, shit. You guys gotta listen to this. And I might clip it.
So who do you want to hear first, Jordan, or do you want to hear Nick Adams?
Let's
This
go.
is the feature.
Let's give it a
Nick
feature.
Adams. Featuring Nick Adams.
Featuring Nick Adams.
I'll do Jordan.
Let's go for let's go Jordan Peterson first, and then we'll do the feature as Nick Adams drops in. And by the way, this is probably gonna be clipped on YouTube. So, and I'm gonna title it something like Jordan Peterson gives a speech on masculinity.
Then I need to find a picture of masculinity.
Yeah, masculinity. No, I'm gonna have a picture of Jordan Peterson playing. That's what I'm gonna do for the edit.
Okay. Well, I'll have it with this. So, the live stream. And this is all going to be off the dome. Okay. This is going to be a freestyle speech.
Cypher.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, it has come to my attention that masculinity is upon us. That masculinity is controversial. Who told you this was going to be controversial? Who told you that they have a problem that you're going to be a man? Who told you that you should act a certain way? Shame on them. Worship the lobster. Shame on them. You should not feel bad for how you are. You should not feel bad for the masculine man that you are. I make a joke, and I've said this several times, but it's preposterous to me that adults now, they look like grown children. They all wear big gym uniforms. They all act a certain way. We have forgot what is the root cause of ourselves. We all have roles to fulfill as mothers, fathers, sons and daughters, and grandparents. Why are we ignoring the standard? Why are we challenging when we have tradition? Traditional values that need to be obeyed and followed. Traditional values that have molded our culture and society. We need to follow these traditional values, young men and women. If not, we are doomed. Thank you very much, Dr. Peterson. It has come to my attention that there are girly men in the crowd today, standing in front of us. Girly men who have ignored standards, who have ignored their role, their purpose in life. Girly men that don't drive gas guzzling cars and don't eat at Hooters, that instead eat soy, eat vegan foods. They don't consume chicken wings or steak tips. That's what you should be consuming. Chicken wings and steak tips. Going to Hooters with the boys. Worshipping Jesus. Doing all the things American men do. All the things that manly men do. But instead they're at home, listening to Harry Styles, dressing up as whatever they should be instead of what their grandparents dressed up as. It's unbelievable to me. We need to adhere to standards of being a man. Women need to be women. These roles have helped us achieve so much over the past hundreds of years in our society. But now we are here at the most damaging time in our society. We have a role and purpose, young men and women. A role and purpose of being the best truths to ourselves. We have roles to fulfill and values to adhere to. Eat lots of chicken wings and steak tips. Go to Hooters and drink Yingling, and you will have a purposeful life, and you will go horizontal dancing with the ladies. That is all. Thank you.
I had to mute myself in case I laughed.
Oh gosh.
Oh God.
I felt like I don't know. I think Jordan Peterson, the voice wasn't there in the beginning, but then it came in.
It came in.
It came in. So it was like I moved into him. Oh gosh. If life is overrated heard that from Peterson, he would say, "Shut up, get your ass up." I felt like I think interviewing Life is Overrated twice was like really
But you
cool.
you interviewed him twice?
Yeah, we had 2 interviews with him.
Oh geez, what he was like. Some people, I'm gonna do some. Some people think life is precious. I don't. I think it's overrated. But here's my thing. If you think you're gonna die, and then all you're gonna see is nothing, then what about that philosophical? Well, not philosophically. I guess just mean in general that life is pretty good, or maybe he's just so much of a doomer.
Yeah,
I never understood that.
I think the nihilism community in general does have some uh a few like issues that they have to deal with. I don't know. I don't think it's always good to talk about how meaningless life is because then people just really just
It's
I don't
like
know.
it's like the black pill community.
It pretty much is
It's the
black
life
pill.
black pill.
It's black pill. I mean, they do ask some good questions about working and stuff like that. Because I mean, if you're gonna work your whole life and probably die and never be happy, I mean, they do bring up some good points.
That's the problem. But that's probably a more of a criticism of I don't know capitalism or something like that. You wouldn't really hear that in a nihilism video unless it's like
Well, some
communism.
nihilists, I think, say that.
I think life is overrated.
And that sounds like someone we know, which is kind of weird. I mean, yeah, I think I never really heard of his videos prior, but I'm glad whatever kid you showed me his videos. Damn, that was a bad injury. Oof. So I'm watching the U.S. and Canada play each other. He kicked him. Oh, that's a red card.
I kicked him.
Okay, so I would consider myself nihilist, but I consider myself an optimistic one. Interesting.
Interesting. He's a nihilist analyst.
Nihilist analyst. Okay.
Whatever kid is a nihilist analyst.
Because I know there's quite a few nihilist YouTubers. It's actually a pretty big community. There's tons of
Not surprised.
YouTubers out there. If life is overrated, you have Born to Corrupt 9 to 5. Oh, those 2 guys. I've watched some of their videos. But yeah, I mean the pill community. So like the different color pills. I mean, you have the black pill.
Black pill.
You got the red pill, of course.
Yeah, the red pill's big. I mean, the blue pill, that's kind of the establishments that the red pillers and the black pillers like to say. Oh.
Do you think who do you think's blue pill? Like
I think the biggest example that's going around on the podcast and stuff is Destiny, and he's got blue hair, so it's literally their target.
Blue pill, yeah.
I think all of the liberal YouTubers like David Pakman's and David Pakman, all he talks about is politics. So I can't stand those YouTubers anymore. All they talk about is oh my God, look at this what this conservative said. Look at
they're kind of turning into like
they're turning into reactionaries.
Red pill's the most cringe though. Oh, 100%.
The red pill is the most cringe because a lot of it just contradicts one another.
Like they wanted fresh and fit.
They wanted very traditional. Actually, I noticed about the red pill YouTubers. They don't even like women.
I don't think they do.
I don't think they do. I don't think I think some of them are just misogynist. Others are just like women are gross. I'll never have blank with one.
Oh yeah, I think that is true. I think yeah.
That's what's kind of weird to me. The black pillars. I mean, there's debates in the black pill sphere, but a lot of them are just like they they they're socially introverted.
Oh
They
yeah.
got no hope. They given up.
Oh, what is that guy? Wheat waffles.
Wheat waffles.
Oh my god!
You know what he does? He go. You can pay
He's
him
an
on like
analyst.
Fiverr, and he'll rate your looks.
I know he makes some money off of that.
He categorizes men like he calls like ugly people like sub 5,
Sub 5.
sub 5.
Dude, I love how he has those like lecture type videos though, where he literally has like a fucking like he has to make like it's like Canva style PowerPoints where he just like makes
For like your analysis videos.
bell kind of like my analysis videos, but it's like he has like a bell curve of like looks, and I'm always like, wait, say if those people actually didn't consent to have their faces shown. He just like randomly pulls up pictures of people. Dude, he should put up Jordy and his wife's face.
I know. I think Jordy is the exact opposite of he destroys the black pill argument.
I know Jordy does. I know he destroys it.
He destroys it.
Fresh and fit.
His existence just destroys it.
Fresh and fit, the type of news that got no chicks in high school and still mad about it 15 years later. All right. I mean, Myron is so pissed he had to leave the FBI. I mean, that's fucking sad. It's so sad. It's so sad. Fucking Myron and Walter.
That the whole freshy fit and Nicky Fuentes.
Nicky Fuentes. Nicky Fuentes.
That was my whatever kid impression. I hope you enjoyed it.
I thought that was
Nicky Fuentes.
Good old Nicky Fuentes. But then you also have the Whatever podcast, the other podcast. The Privilege podcast is what people like to call it. It's Privilege, Fresh and Fit.
Yeah, because they got money and they keep bringing in like all these chicks.
UCLA.
They got like this one blonde chick and this one Asian chick that sit in the back and they just do nothing.
The UCLA.
And then you have this one fat dude who wears a suit. I heard he's the type of person that would talk crap about someone, but then he'll just be like nice off camera. I'd be like, I didn't say that.
Oh, and then you got Fresh and Fit's former producer. He has his own Fresh and Fit style podcast now too. He is like super toxic.
Why do those even get views? I don't even know. You know what arc I've been on?
What?
So have you ever seen like those Literally Me arcs? Like they'll just bring up like a lonely movie character. Usually it's like Ryan Gosling.
Mm-hmm.
I've been watching. I watched 3 of his Literally Me movies. There's and they're all like he plays all like these sad dudes who are like trying to get like their life together. And the internet has memed them. There's 3 movies. There's Blade Runner 2049 where he just plays like this human robot hybrid from the future, and he's got like an AI wife. So so a lot of people are liking that. And there's also movies like Drive, where he doesn't really say anything in the movie. He plays like a criminal who helps people rob banks. And he's like a stunt driver, so he's really good at he's the getaway driver.
Mm-hmm.
And he's trying to get out the life of crime because he met this one chick and he wants to leave. I like chemistry with them. He doesn't even say anything, but it's still a beast movie. And then there's The Place Beyond the Pines, which is actually which is like Drive in terms of, but this guy had a kid, and now he wants to be the father, so he starts robbing banks.
Talk about him bank robbing.
Yeah, and he has a motorbike. He does it on a motorbike.
That's kind of beast.
And it's set in upstate New York, which is beast.
That's cool.
It's beast.
Whatever kid, he says every Red Pill podcast equals get a bunch of chicks and say all Western women our thoughts.
Why are they all set in Miami? That's what I'm wondering.
I know,
all the
right?
chicks flock to Miami. You know what we gotta do? We gotta go in the streets of Boston, and we gotta figure out what the view of these red pillars are from the
I
public.
know. We do.
We gotta do whatever series.
Yeah, we
We're
do
on the
get
street any given Monday morning. We are now branching into
culture.
Because we're all about the culture.
All about the culture.
All of
You are not appropriate.
You are a furry. You went on the
You,
Jeff's water. You are a
You.
raccoon.
you get out of your costume and go do a push-up. Do a push-up now.
No. But they can't.
Okay, your frail arms. Move them now. Yeah, look. Please, now.
But is Kai a girly man? Is
I don't-
Kai a girly man?
I don't know.
We know he's a curry man.
I don't think Kai is a girly man. Because he's on our show.
He's on. Yeah, that's true. But he needs to go on path of self-improvement because he's in Japan. He's eating.
Is Nick Adams, though? Is Nick Adams.
Yeah,
I think he's
I
playing.
think
I
Nick
think
Adams
he's.
is a clear example of someone who knows what.
I think he's a grifter.
He's a grifter. He knows what he's. I think he's living a dishonest life. I think he's secretly a beta male.
I think so too.
That's
I think
that's
he's
what
just-
I noticed with a lot of these people that call themselves alpha males, like him and Jesse Lee Peterson. You know those allegations that Jesse Lee Peterson is he likes men.
Yeah, I think that could be true. He also, Jesse Lee Peterson's also not a really good. It's not a good pedestrian because he caused a car accident.
He caused a car accident and
He didn't even care about the woman that was injured.
didn't even care.
He just walked past him and didn't even care that a car was hit. Casually strolling.
He's like the Kendrick Perkins of the political sphere.
Kendrick Perkins has some horrible takes.
Nikola Jokic.
Speaking about takes, did you hear? I think Shannon Sharp left the show.
I don't know what was Fox Sports going to do.
And how they're gonna shrivel up and cry.
They're going to revert.
Honestly, though, I think those cable shows suck.
I think all of them are bad. First Take was terrible after Skip left.
It's horrible. They don't even talk like good anymore. It's like not good at all. I mean, they're overusing Stephen A. pretty much every day. I'm assuming he probably.
He doesn't even know what he's talking about. They're not even hot takes anymore.
I know. They're not at all. Yeah, it's just getting so bad with the ESPN and all these.
They need to go into this conspiracy realm.
I think they do too. I think they need more crazy people on. And then, of course, like they don't even give El Presidor credit when that whole Denny's menu thing was brought up.
No, they don't. The whole Denny's menu.
I think ESPN just got so boring.
Lot disputed. First Take has been more diversity with topics compared to Lot Disputed. Mickey.
I do think the writers do a little bit better on First Take than Lit Disputed. But they're so selective in what they talk about because like some of them don't know anything about boxing, so they can't talk about that. So they can only talk about like NFL, NBA, That's kind of it. Just NFL and NBA, college basketball too, and college football. So it's like four areas, and it's like basketball or football. They don't talk
They hired a bunch of graduates from schools such as, I don't know,
Yale.
Yeah, no, not Yale. They're hiring from like UMass Dartmouth and Bridgewater State to do the writing, and it's just a bunch of bunch of people that don't know anything about football.
Damn. I know. Could you just imagine if like English majors who never even pay attention to sports somehow have a connection and get into ESPN? They're like, oh shit, now we have to talk about sports. So it's like Michael. So they just like start talking about debates. It's like, okay, we'll pick the topics today for the sports heads to watch.
Let's talk about Joe Biden.
Let's talk about Joe Biden. Let's talk about Ron DeSantis in the WNBA. Okay.
Oh no! Look here!
Oh, did you hear about the whole Brittany Griner and Primetime Stein?
No.
So
Alex Stein's back in the news.
Alex Stein harassed Brittany Griner at the Dallas airport last week.
Well, he's a provocateur, so.
Yeah, and the whole discussion now is about why WNBA players are not taking charter flights, instead just flying commercial. So now there's this whole debate about like the WNBA. But like, I don't know if you've ever noticed, like anytime that there's a any WNBA type community post on
it's gonna get stockpiled.
You know how they always like the most random freaking comments happen?
They're like, shut up.
No, like the comments are like, I just made a pizza today. I just ate at Popeyes, or it's like most random. It's like the most random like stuff that you can think of. That's what the community posts are always like. So like, let's say you go to like YouTube now, you go to the community for ESPN, and you scroll down to their WNBA posts. They have the most comments, but they're all like just meme comments where just none of them ever talk about the WNBA. It's always talking about what food you made, what movie you watched, what music you're listening to, what you did today with your dog. It's just random stuff like that.
The only place where women's basketball is celebrated is Connecticut.
I think that's it. At this point,
it's because they got UConn. UConn's beast.
At this point, they will. The NBA.
Bless you.
Oh man.
At
this point, they will. The NBA afternoon talked about the Rittenhouse verdict when that happened. Oh, the afternoon show. Dude, that's ridiculous. I mean, if you're a sports show, but you're talking about like social issues that have nothing related, like why would you talk about that? I just don't get it.
Whatever. Whatever, kid. You do a diss track on what's the next whatever kid diss track?
Oh, we just got blessed with two big ones.
Yeah, double header.
Oh, we got a double header.
Two groomers, one stone.
I mean, you had two pedos, one stone 2 years ago. That was really beast.
A double header. Even though both have no connection to each other, other than them being musical artists.
Oh man, that one I have to analyze pretty well.
We gotta bring back the Ace Man analysis.
I do. I'm gonna revive
it. Might be dead at this point. I think you might need to go under a new persona.
No, it's gonna be an ongoing journey.
Okay, I like that. An ongoing journey with the Ace Man. Yeah, as you can see here, the Ernie Johnson here.
Maybe it's called Ernie Johnson voice.
Ernie Johnson voice. There we go.
It's Ernie Johnson, and just to show you, I am not an AI. I'll show you my chest, not my head, but my chest right now. I'll show you that I'm a breathing and living person, and that I'm not an AI living person. Okay.
There's this one YouTuber that he does voices, and I'm
Oh,
convinced.
Azers.
No, his name is like. Oh, geez, it's some sort of. It starts with a G.
Ah.
He's on a Cameo. Gianni Martigrano that's
Okay.
his name. It's probably Italian.
Mhm.
And he does like voices of like video game characters. He even does like Columbo, and it's so accurate. You think it's like an AI.
That's beast.
It's beast.
I think it's
And he just
a.
makes memes.
That's beast. All right, I'm gonna be right back.
All right, I'm gonna hold down the fort for a little bit. So he did his. He did the thing on masculinity. Actually, are there any other games on? It's just Sports Center right now. What? Utah Warriors at rugby. Oh, we got rugby. That's beast. So yeah, let's see here. I gotta talk about future content. We don't know what the hell is going on. I want to reach out to more YouTubers, more YouTubers, and then we're just gonna subject them to the same stuff that we did with your name tree. We tortured him. We tortured him to death using El Presidor's methods of. Actually, El Presidor rage quit today or yesterday in Call of Duty. It was quite amazing. So, actually, should I play that? El Presidor did a rage quit. This stream is still titled Yankees versus Red Sox. Oh, there's the whatever kid. Whatever. Shout out to him. Quantrill Bishop. Quantrill Bishop. Rage quit. He did a whole video, whole live stream. Altered Puppet is the best. I agree. It's time to play Beast or Not Beast.
Oh, a little bit too much. Because there was a day when me and my boy played that game every day. Not no more. When they had that massive research, resurgence, we played that game till probably about 4 hours, 3 or 4 hours. Now, I can honestly say, I don't even think I like that new map. I have no desire to play it again. None. That was an easy kill. I had an easy kill. I got killed. I mean, they had a back turn to me. You could tell I wasn't into it. No, I do know that if I played like 4 or 5 more games, I get my skill back. I already know that. But I don't think I'm going to ever play that game again. I just don't feel like playing. It's too nice out.
Too nice out.
But yeah, I wasn't happy with that. Not at all. So yeah, I don't think I'll ever play again. I know I'll never stream it again. I might play again, but I'll probably never stream it again. That was the first time in at least a month, at least. Oh my God. No, I do go to that. I should have probably took an edible when I was playing. That's what I probably should have. That's too.
You just gotta get. That's how you know you're a bad streamer. When you gotta get high to play. El Presidor, I'm calling you out. I am now puppetizing you, even though I have you as my mascot. So technically, you are the puppet master. El Presidor, what are you doing? You gotta go back to your old content of talking crap about the Browns anymore. Because let's be honest, you're not a Call of Duty streamer anymore. You're just trying to live off of vicariously of Wings Argoggle Redemption and his fight against Bogafied Slob. Get out of here with that. And look at this. Look at this. He has uploaded. He's had a 2-week period of uploading stuff like that. I mean, that's incredible. Unbelievable. By the way, you still got a phone bill to pay. This is actually kind of beast right here. Here's a story of a man. Pre-uploaded a video. I don't want ads.
We came to Rome to shoot a chasing something with a lot more impact.
When you step into the ring with Antonio Brown, you're doomed.
True.
He doesn't attack you with vicious blows or relentless endurance.
True.
No, he eats you from within. He infects the most basic cellular structures of your being, and then he spreads. The cancer is inoperable. It will force your organs to rot, and you'll die a painful death.
Yeah.
Many cities have learned of the dangers of AB on a franchise, but there are those that don't heed their warnings. Oh my God. They let Antonio Brown run a football team.
Oh my God, it's
the biggest cancers in football's recent memory has been allowed to own a professional football franchise. Albany, prepare yourselves. Your empire will crumble before your very eyes. It will make you big for the likes of Dan Snyder. It was a nice run you guys had. Back-to-back champions in the National Arena League. Not
What? This team was good? Albany? Good? New York actually had a good football team? What?
to mention the final champion in the first iteration of the AFL. They were a proud, if young, franchise. A city with a rich Arena League tradition. The name Touchdown Eddie Brown should ring some bells for those up there. One of the best players in franchise history. And he also sired Antonio, for better or worse. He'd be the general manager of this new operation.
Okay, so far so good. You're bringing back your wait, who the hell? Why does Antonio Brown look like a pimp? Trying to pimp out his league. That's nuts. How he's able to own a franchise. Look at him. He's got the pimp jacket on with he's in the front of the freaking trophy. He's now ruining the value of that trophy, by the way. That's crazy.
This reuniting of father and son calls for celebration. Telling head coach Tom Manass to fuck off. 10 days before the season starts. He had won back-to-back championships. It's apparently not good enough for AB, the self-proclaimed sole owner of the team. My quota says otherwise. But Antonio probably threw a bag of dicks at him, so he said fuck it and went home. Quota was so pissed that he sold his ownership share to AB for $1 out of protest. Save that dollar for later, because Antonio's got some fans to schmooze with on the opening field before opening day. Literally right before kickoff.
Wait, why isn't Antonio playing? That's what I'm wondering. Can you just pull like a Michael Jordan coming out of retirement and just try to lead this arena football team while trying to manage? He drafted Kwame Brown.
A strong chance he also said this to authorities as well. He had an arrest warrant out on him for $30,000 in unpaid child support. Antonio Brown not paying people? A shocking revelation. Now imagine that happening to an entire team. Because that's what happened.
Can you also imagine how much tax money Antonio Brown owes to the IRS? They can make a fortune off him.
Players and coaches complaining that they hadn't been paid in at least a week, even playing a match against the Carolina Cobras without pay. They dare challenge Antonio Brown? He's a man of character. This is merely a direct deposit issue. All that shit that happened on the team bus, those people have been dealt with. Locking them out of their hotel rooms will do the trick. One Scott happened to be the reigning league MVP, the league leader in passing, and 2 defensive captains, but this will lead to glorious harmony throughout the team.
You come over here and talk about it. You're going to be over there yelling about it. Come over here and talk about it. Why stand over there?
Forgot to mention that interim coach
God.
Damon Ware was also booted. God forbid someone want compensation for work. The real answer at head coach is a testament to the genius of Antonio Brown. Tom Manass. If you brought him back after all this time, why did you tell him to fuck off to begin with? Probably due to Brown's evolution into Kanye's multiple personality stage.
It's true.
Now 95%.
He's back. He's a main character. I'm a mainstream rapper.
Who's the main character?
Antonio Brown. He's ruined the Albany Empire. You ruined them. You ruined upstate New York football.
Of the team, Antonio Brown doesn't own the team at all, apparently. It's run by a group called Antonio El Allah Express Trust Enterprise, whose translation, Antonio the God. You should take his word seriously. He's declared himself a foreign national.
Right.
This was all conveniently ignoring the fact that the team transformed from a back-to-back champion to a champion in losing. At first, they were tight games. those tight games would slowly become blowouts. Total blowouts. Turns out cutting your best players in a roster carousel isn't good for chemistry. AB would make his voice heard by shitting on the team and his players on Twitter, on both his and the Albany Empire's accounts, and then shit on the league itself.
He had access to their Twitter account. What? Score Shark 70 and Empire 34. Good thing we got rid of those competent players. He's coming out of retirement.
Oh
Sorry,
my gosh.
our players aren't better. Wish we had MVP at quarterback and wide receiver.
Mario said that is true. Yeah, Mario. Super Mario.
Empire's account, and then shit on the league itself, on the league's live.
They had no choice to leave. They couldn't afford to work or
Wait, is this
bought them all. NAL's low tier.
Chat during the game stream. Perfect reason to tell Tom Manas to fuck off again. Yes, Antonio, it's all his fault. The new victim, head coach, is John Odino, head coach of LaSalle Institute and formerly of Union College. Problem was
we got Union College coach. That's fees.
what the hell's Union?
he never
College?
actually.
It's a school in Schenectady, New York, and it's near Albany.
SCHENECTADY.
Yep,
Oh yeah, I know that city. Yep.
Schenectady.
I used to think it was Schenectady.
Accepted the gig. He politely declined. They settled for his underling in Pete Porcelli. He's
Jeez.
a former Firebird, which works well for about a week. They got blown the fuck out at home again. Antonio Brown was supposed to play in this game, but like him in a public pool, he didn't dress. About as ugly as Albany's performance. Which means another coach needs to go to the guillotine. Sure, Porcelli would be pissed that he never got a chance here, but he technically did. He would have been demoted to a line coach. And AB countered by saying he never fired him and he was still with the team, apparently.
What?
And to the next victim, Terrence Foster, 20-year coaching veteran and current defensive coordinator of the Iowa Barnstormers. Before he too smartly backed out for smelling a rat. They now had to settle for Maurice Leggett. He was literally on the roster a week prior. True experience and skill, just like Antonio Brown. A man of grace, being kicked out of a Holiday Inn for excessive noise and
How do you get kicked out of a Holiday Inn?
That's crazy.
marijuana use.
Just got kicked out the Holiday Inn Marriott.
It's not a Marriott.
It's out of church fashion.
America.
I've been here for like 60 days. It's just a part of the movie. They're trying to build young black entrepreneur, young owner.
Antonio El Ala is a man of many beings. Antonio is the one that will be playing for the Empire, while AB was the one that saved an empire from ruin by buying it. As another stroke of executive genius, he would then blame the fans for lack of support. Classy. What's better than a lack of fans? None of them. The NAL had enough of Brown shit and kicked the Empire out of the damn league. Their season lost to the abyss of endless head coaches and a roster core destroyed by attrition. And you know how this happened, kids? By refusing to pay his goddamn bills to the league. His dues weren't paid in May and his April payments being challenged. And he seriously expects the Albany Empire to get in the AFL? He was in a league that had trouble finding stable owners. And AB somehow one-upped that with Days of Our Steelers on steroids. What? Antonio Brown didn't just lay a blueprint for organizational mismanagement, he sped run through it.
Oh, he
He near single-handedly turned a back-to-back champion into a complete disgrace in less than 4 months. Is anyone really shocked by this outcome? If you lie with dogs, don't be shocked if you awaken infested with fleas. The only thing I'm surprised by is how quickly it happened. Now players, employees, and countless others are now without work, and has successfully pissed off yet another city. But AB's never cared for anyone except himself. They really allowed him to run a football team. Jesus Christ.
You've gone from what?
I am officially announcing that I'm now the new owner of the Albany Empire. Go! We're coming for you, Barnstormers.
I can't wait. I can't wait to to see it, Honestly, I think we need some music to go along.
We need some music.
Today we welcome in a new owner to the Albany Empire by the name of Big Dog.
As new owner of the Albany Empire, I would like to first by saying, Antonio, thanks for blowing up the team. You have left me nothing. I am now going to have to rebuild. But unlike I will build a team in a way that I see fit. I will hire people like me, but not like me because no one is beast as I am. I will lead this team to prominence. I will take back what we have rightfully lost in the city of Albany. I will boot out Kathy Hochul from the governor's chair. You will not be seeing her. I will put in Ron DeSantis as my new head coach. He will be beast. I am taking him off the campaign trail because I can. I have that much money. I will also be appointing Griffin Urson as quarterback. This very instant. He will be starting week 1 against the Schenectady Horse Riders. It's going to be beast.
We also have Sloan. He'll be our defensive end.
He'll be a defensive end.
And we'll have Kaiboy. He'll be our running back.
He will be our running back. And Ace Man, he will be moving from his analyst position at the Chargers. Actually, he'll be staying there because we got him 2 jobs.
Yes, so I'll be working
summer internship. We will also be accepting interns and interns only. We will be winning a championship this year. If not, everyone's getting fired.
Okay, thank you very much. Honestly, I think that music is safe to use.
Yeah, it's StreamYard music.
It's StreamYard, so yeah, we're good. But yeah, I do think any of you guys would be better than him. Yeah. No, I was thinking about making a Goon Gun Gun song. I mean, like out of El Presidor's like vocals. Easy. Easy.
I saw the Michael Meister.
Is he beasting?
I gave him hamburger helper. He went all out the scouter.
Ooh, he got fired like Brian Delta. Yeah. Well, gotta watch the whatever kid. He's gonna be making some discs. Hey, Kaiboy, you want a new kiss? Hey, whoa, a BMW, I am the shit. Yeah, okay. A BMW, I'm off script. We need a Twitch stream type beat.
Wait for Twitch stream type beat. Welcome back to Destiny.gg. We're gonna do a debate with Crazed Conservative 72.
We got this one. So this is a lo-fi.
No, I'm watching rugby. Pretty deep.
You're watching rugby?
Yeah, it's pretty deep.
The U.S. national team is playing in the CONCACAF final.
Oh, hell no.
They're beating Canada. They're in Vegas.
We have elevated the stream tenfold with this music. YouTube Premium. But anyways, I think we're gonna call it nights. Yankees still need to do their fire sale. Red Sox, they gotta do their fire sale too.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see 2 yard sales this summer.
Beal.
And I think the Oakland is starting to pack up, so they better hire a moving company soon.
They can't afford a U-Haul, so I don't know what they're gonna do.
I think they're gonna have to borrow Kaiboy to make the trip.
Ask him to come back from Japan, and then drive.
See ya, whatever, kids. See ya.
He's out of here. All right, that's gonna do it for us. We'll be back soon.
Yes, sir.
Go.